I'm not going to do a usual video today. I'm telling you a story. But this story doesn't have an ending yet. It has a stop. It has a halt. Because this story is what I've been through so far to make me who I am as a person. Because you're going on a journey, so I thought you guys might want to know how I got here. We're going to start off 25th of August 1997, which is the day I was born. I was born pretty close to midnight, so I could have been born the 26th. Or was it? Yeah, it was the 26th I could have been born on. I don't know. It was one of the two. I was either born extremely early in the morning, extremely late in the evening. But, yeah, I was born, so I was the youngest. There was my older sister, and then with my mum and my dad. I was born in Salisbury, which is quite a small place, but I grew up in Verwood, which tiny town. Everyone sort of knows everyone, sort of. I don't know. I found it quite boring growing up there because nothing happened ever. Absolutely ever. At least some interesting stuff happens here. But yeah, I grew up there for 7 years. When I was 5, my parents got divorced. I lived with my dad in Verwood until I moved up to Hurst with my mum and my mum's boyfriend at the time. They've broken up recently, I think it was 2 years ago. But I lived with them, and I would visit my dad every 3 weeks until I was about 8 or 9, when there was a whole incident with him and my sister, and the visits and the calls and everything stopped. As in, it literally all just stopped. Until I was 13, all I ever got was a Christmas card. I didn't even get a birthday card, which made me think, was I good enough? What's going on? I mean, he's my dad. Why haven't I not heard from him in a while? And I was really confused, but I was trying not to let it get to me because I still had school, I had my friends, so then I went to secondary school, of course. Everything was alright. I got a letter from my dad on my 13th birthday, which sent me to tears because I was so confused, because I thought he wanted nothing to do with me anymore. So for him to just suddenly send me a letter, my mind was just sort of went, this isn't right, what are you doing? And so I spent the 3 days around my 13th birthday crying in my room. That probably wasn't my worst birthday. I hate my birthday with a passion, and all my friends know that. How many times I've said, do you want my birthday? Because I don't want it. I lost track. But I'm going off topic. I wanted you to do this. Yeah, so after that things got a bit bad. The situation went a bit wrong. But when I was 14, year 9, I don't remember how old I was. The years are kind of weird for me because I never remember my age in a specific year, because I always stay that one age which everyone else is all. So I'm born right at the end of the year because the school year cut-off date is September 1st, which I was born, I think it was 6 days before. So I get really confused in how old I was in different years. Like, most people at the moment are 16. All of my friends are 16 except one. So, and I'm still 15, so this gets confusing at times, and quite a lot. But yeah, I think, wait, I count back, I was 14. My mum's boyfriend left, and I'm going to put it simply, we lost the house. There's not much I can really say about that. We lost it, we couldn't afford to pay it, so we lost it or something. But we went to go stay with one of my friends for a bit. That wasn't the best idea. At first I thought it would be like a massive sleepover because she was one of my best friends at the time. We got on really, really, really well. But she started acting weird. She was quite horrible to me, and it wasn't long until we left. But at the same time I was also dealing with the fact that my best friend at the time, because I didn't know Charlie or Nikki then, but my best friend at the time, Ella, who's still my best friend now, I just don't talk to her as much. But Ella was, she wasn't showing up to school and no one knew what was going on, so I was worried about that at the same time. Because she'd been there for a while. But, like, she'd be there for a few days and then she'd be gone for weeks or months. So I was having to deal with not panicking about that. Because that could have been disastrous. but she's getting better. But after a while, near the end of year 9, I lived back with my grandparents down in Dorset, but I was still going to school up in Wokingham, so I was getting up particularly early to drive about an hour and a half, 2 hours to get to Reading Station for 7 or 8 to, I think it was 7:30 I had to get my train. And so I was doing that, and I was really tired all the time. And I remember my French teacher, Miss Newington, if I had her period 1, she'd let me sleep in her office because she knew I was exhausted. But yeah, after the whole travelling business, I actually moved to a school down Dorset called Queen Elizabeth. So that was good. I actually met up with some of my old friends from my first primary school, because I went to 2 primary schools, 3 secondary schools. And I went there for a while, and then in November I moved out of Dorset. I stayed with a friend in Bracknell for a bit, and I wasn't going to school. I didn't go to school for another 6 months. And then I went to St Crispin's after I'd lived in the house I live in now for a couple of months. But the problem was, it wasn't the fact that I'd had 6 months off. I was in year 10, which anyone who lives in England knows, that's the beginning year of your GCSE. I missed so much. I missed entire modules and tons of exams, and so I fell behind so badly. But I managed to catch up. I think I did alright. I still failed French, but I was going to fail that anyway. I mean, I've been doing the language for 7 years and I can barely string a sentence together. I think the extent is bonjour, je m'appelle Jess. I don't know. That is my French. 7 years. That is my French. But yeah, so I moved to St Crispin's, managed to catch up on all my work eventually. And then I've just had to deal with the fact that we have to find somewhere to live again, because our landlord sold our house and we don't know where we're going. And we've got to stay here because I've gone to sixth form down here, and I've got my friends. I've got to deal with a lot of stuff at the moment. But yeah, all this moving and everything, it's left me with a bit of mixed feelings and an unfortunate ability. I don't let anyone close because I always have that feeling, you know what, what's the point, because I'm going to leave. So why would I let people in just to be hurt when I leave? So yeah, that's kind of problematic. Unfortunately, the problem is, I did let someone in this time. I let Charlie in. That was probably the best and worst decision I ever made. Best because first time I let someone in 15 years, and I have been quite happy. It's been really good. But now the problem is, before I would have been able to say, you know what, why don't we go back to Dorset, or why don't we go to a complete other place, but now I can't leave Wokingham. I can't leave the general vicinity, still can't bloody talk, because it would hurt so badly. But yeah, that's sort of where I am at the moment. Going through a lot of bullshit, but no wait, I'm gonna swear in this one. A lot of bullshit. And I'm not too happy about that, but I've got to deal with it. It's my life, so. Hey, what do you think about the makeup thing? I might not do it again because honestly, I think this is a lot of effort, and I'm lazy as hell. But it kind of makes it look like I've got really, really pale eyelids. But I'll see you next time, guys. And well, if my journey's been this bad so far, surely it can get better. And yours can too, no matter what shit you've been through. See ya.